Hello. Oh, Joy colored her hair.
Oh,
Joy said, I don't normally have the camera on, but you guys have got to see.
my hairs.
Does it feel really good? Do you feel good?
Yeah, I
Good.
like it.
That's awesome. I'm so happy. Okay, guys, it's small gathering today, which I'm always good with. I'm good either way, but I don't know. We get a lot done when it's small. She said, mm-hmm. That is what she said. Um, Yeah, victim mentality. Kate and I both have different ways of looking at this. I grew up with a MOM that is very victim mentality centered. Um, every line they choose for the bank is always the wrong line. Um, everybody's out to get them. So it kind of like trickled down to me growing up to where it just it just always was part of the structure of being human. And then when it comes to collective stuff, there's a lot of culture things that are very victim mentality. There's a lot of um, America is very victim mentality. There's a lot of, when it comes to religious stuff, there's a lot of victim mentality. Um, yeah, there's just a lot there. So from that side of it, that's where I'm coming from. And then Kate comes from a different side of it, which she talked about a little bit today, but I'm going to have her continue.
Hey guys, it's me, Kit. Um, so I on the victim mentality thing for me is my non-chosen family was very big on people are doing things to you secretly because that's how they would do things to me and to everybody else. So like they're politicians, they're tycoons of oil refineries and stuff like that. So big business, very things like that. Got to watch out for everybody, which is still kind of victim mentality. Um, I formed my own thing, obviously, with victim mentality. I didn't have so much of that. Mine was more intrusive thoughts of what ifs. What if they are? What if this person
Yeah.
is going to do blah 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 to me?
Joy falls a little bit more on that end.
Because I attributed a lot to Asperger's and not knowing that I was supposed to follow whatever they are doing. It was very much like a this is what I see. um, Nobody was actually after them, but they made a real convincing story. So that's kind of where I come from with that, with intrusive thoughts, and it's all victim mentality. So it all kind of falls under that same umbrella.
Any part of it where it focuses on you being the target of the thing, whether it's misconstrued, or whether it's like make believe, whether it's fear based, whether it's like circumstantial, any of it.
So are we ready to kind of kick? All right, so I'm gonna do some cleanoffs and clarities and all that. It's like my favorite things to do. So, you ready? Paul, you don't have your camera on. I can't tell if you're ready. Okay. I'm just kidding.
You don't have to turn your
I'm
camera
just
on,
kidding,
Paula.
Paul. Ready?
She's just fucking with you.
Spirit, if it's in the highest good, please infuse all of this with clarity. Please activate Kate's baklava healing to all of this. Cat's detangling of roots healing to all this. And Kate's sorting foam healing to all this. And my own, as in your clarity and bringing stuff to the surface, healings and workings. Oh, be that.
Ow.
Yeah, and sometimes I even think it's my spirit team doing it to me, even though I know it's not the case. Yeah. Um, Please activate my, as in your house cleanse to all this. Please activate my, as in your team revamp sweep to all this. Please remove all trauma, bias, and agenda from all this, mine or the like. Please allow me to hear. I say speak. Please allow me to hear, see, and feel. And I say speak the truth with all this and speed all this up. I guess I just had to make it like a warning because people don't like to. All right. You ready?
Mhm.
Okay. Spirit, if it's in my ass, good. Please take me to the most impactful point that I can heal about what, like myself being in victim mentality?
Yeah, myself being a victim
All
mentality.
right, myself being in victim mentality. Ooh, I kind of want to go to collective one after this.
I
Does that sound
definitely
fun?
want to go to a collective. I know that I
All right, does that sound fun, you guys? Okay, self being in victim mentality. So it just looks like I'm waiting for the book. I'm waiting for the people to come get me and hate me, which is very Kate. Thank you so much, Kate. You are the boogeyman. Okay, so you can merge with this version of you and exchange you information with them.
I am my stuff's TikTok stuff.
Oh, so where'd you go?
Um Blaming everything outside of me because I must be doing everything that I possibly can and my efforts aren't going far enough. So it must be someone else's fault. It must be happening to me.
Hmm.
People must not be reposting enough of my stuff or duetting enough of my stuff or sharing enough of my stuff or commenting on my stuff. So instead of like, maybe I'm not making a video that's fun for people to watch, or like maybe that message isn't for them, or maybe it's confusing or whatever, it goes straight to like, I'm doing everything that I possibly can, so it must be
Right, it's y'all's fault.
everybody else's fault, which is not true. If I can look at it, it's not true.
Okay, what do you need to do with this chart? I guess like, what if you take the chart away? It's like another paper chart. It's up here.
Hmm.
There's the real one.
Oh,
Joy, Paula, where did y'all go? Oh, I am back in the concrete room. Joy, why do you have a bunch of concrete? Are these your compartments? Is that what this is?
I am not sure, but I do think that it's like a slightly like a different one from the one that it was last time. It looks the same, but I
it's
think
a different
it's a
one.
different one.
The other
Yeah.
one got
What?
painted. The other one got
Exactly.
painted and decorated. This one isn't.
Okay.
Yeah,
But I
but
Hence Kate asking, why do you have all these different rooms?
they're like compartments. It's like, okay, this one I made for this, and then we are gonna stay safe with this, and I made this, and we're gonna stay safe with
Safe
that.
rooms, lots of safe rooms.
Joy,
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think you need these safe rooms anymore.
She doesn't believe you.
Mhm.
Ask your team. Okay, can you get rid of
I
all the
think
safe
that
rooms
this
you
is
don't
inside
need?
my spirit team dwelling house. This one, I think, somewhere in there.
Put your safe rooms inside their dwelling?
Yeah. Like not this specific one where I am.
Is this because it's a spirit guide version of you?
Oh, could be. But it's not really spirit guide, spirit team version of like it is. But it's like I am, like the panic rooms that are like made of
Yes.
metal. It's just made of
Yes.
concrete. So it
Yes.
cannot help me. Okay.
Surprise, surprise. So, what if you you still would have some in here.
I lost the connection for a second. Can you repeat that?
Oh, what if you just got rid of the ones you don't need anymore? Because it looks like you would still have some in here, but these weigh you down. They're concrete. They literally weigh your channeling down.
Yeah. Spirit, please, Spirit
Begin
team,
to.
please get rid of those that I don't need anymore. And also apply the breakout healings to the spirit versions form of me that are inside of them.
It's not moving.
I don't know. You definitely are dual wielding guns here. Who is coming? Who is coming after you in your own head?
Everyone.
Mhm. Yeah.
Countries,
Yeah.
family,
Landlords.
everybody, everyone.
Mm.
Strangers that go through trash.
So you also have boogeymen. What if you
Yeah.
were to tell this version of you that you are the boogeyman? That's what I just had to tell mine.
Okay. I am the boogeyman.
Like, you are the thing that goes bump in the night. Who do you voodoo, bitch? I just like this. Well, that's moving.
Mm-hmm.
It's me. Hi. All right. What do you have to do next? What's next?
Spirit, please, what's next?
Wielded weapons, and you're like, all right, all right.
Uh, oh, can I
You're
put this?
like, these are pretty
Can I put
hefty.
this
Like,
version of me in charge of like just keeping away people that want to fuck with me, so that at that point is like taken care of? If this version of me is the boogeyman, then I put it in charge of all of the fictional boogeymans that I have.
so merge with all the yous that are boogeyman.
Okay. Spirit, please marry me with all of the me's
I
that are
did that.
boogeyman.
Yeah, I did that like 3 years ago. I love merging with those versions of me.
Mm.
I don't relate to any of this, so I'm like, I feel like I probably have done something similar, but I'm trying to find like where
Oh,
would Cat have done this?
cryptids, merging with your own cryptid,
Right.
merging with your own monster, like the thing that you're scared of. The thing that
Mine
you
was
think.
more like ashamed of,
Oh, okay,
not scared of.
okay.
That's why. Okay. Because I've never really been afraid of anything. I've been
Same.
scared. I'm not scared, ashamed.
Mine was other people are scared of this thing, and yeah, that's it.
There's only been one time where there was a form of me and I could see it, like the shadowy form, see it come in, and it was a form of me and it scared me. That's the only time.
All right, Joy, how does that feel?
Feels a lot better.
Can you integrate those versions of you? I'm like shuffling this deck, and the deck is like monsters. You can't really see it, but this is the mummy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
So like
then
merge them all into one.
no, it's not into one. It's just okay. So the way that you had it, it's like I can't show you all of them, but this one's a vampire. The way you had it,
Mm-hmm.
like all of them were coming at you like this. So if you merge with all of them and then integrate them into the other versions of joy, it's not merging it into one. It's just when you need to be that version, you can be, you can tap into it instead of being over here and all the boogeyman versions of you over here coming at you. Like
Okay.
I don't know how to explain that.
Okay. Spirit,
But
please.
it's not merging together. They're still separate.
Okay.
It's just you can pull out the one that you need when you need it. Like
Okay.
having an ace up your sleeve.
Okay. Spirit, please integrate the boogeymans into all of my other versions of me, including my now moment versions of me, um, in the way that is appropriate for what I want and what is needed, and the way that Kat said it.
It's like it's still hidden, it's hidden from outsiders. So instead of
Yeah.
you hiding from those versions, it's like you're hiding from yourself and you're just looking in a mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so this is still hidden, it's still hidden inside all the joys. They'll think that you're the
Mm-hmm.
sweetest, kindest, whatever, and you're like, haha, I see you, professor. You and your stupid bullshit. I see, and they're like, oh, oh, she can see that? It's like, yes, motherfucker, I can see you.
That's why I'm so nice to you.
Yeah. So it's just integrated. Instead of you
Okay.
hiding from those things,
Okay.
you are the thing that calls out the thing.
Okay. Spirit, please integrate that so that I am the thing that calls out the version, the boogie me version of me when I need it. Okay.
Okay, you put your guns down,
Okay.
so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
By your side instead.
No, they're not on. They're like holstered.
Like, all right, it's good. It's good. Everybody, it's fine.
We're on the process of being holstered. They weren't quite holstered yet. They were like still in her hand. Okay.
I will do this. Aha, I fooled you guys, and there's no one around. Just nobody coming. Oh, that's great. All right, Paula, you said tight head and chest, and it just looked like you were in some kind of chamber. Why did you put yourself in a chamber?
Um, I don't know. Safety, maybe?
Yeah, it's like this is where I need to go. Very shame.
It's like the Chokey. Have you ever watched Matilda?
No.
The principal has this thing called the Chokey, and it's kind of like an Iron Maiden. Do you know what those are?
Yes.
Okay, it's like that, but it's like real gross and rusty and like very Hollywood or whatever. And
Hmm.
it's the bad kids, even though they don't do anything bad, get put in here
Okay.
for like one period of class or whatever.
And my chamber looks like that?
Mm, it reminds me of that it's like you, but you put yourself in here for safety. No one put you in here for like punishment.
Okay.
And it is tight on your chest and head because you can't really move. There's spikes.
Mm,
Um, but you also did it for shame.
that makes sense. I think there's more shame in my life than victim mentality.
Does the shame put you in victim mentality? Well, it gives you intrusive thoughts, doesn't it?
What's that, Kate? Say it again.
I said, does the shame put you in victim mentality? But I guess it does it through intrusive thoughts, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Mine will end up feeling like I'm not good enough with my TikTok stuff. It'll
Hmm.
feel like I've done so much and it's just not enough. And then I'll be like, no, Kat, that's not true. Like you have done enough. You've done a lot. And then that's when I start like signing it off to like, well, it must be this and this and this and this and this then. And
Hmm.
and it's that's not what's actually happening.
Joy said that's how I feel about the job search too. Hey Paula, can you just tell this version of you since you already merged with them? You put yourself in here. Go. Why don't you go ahead and step out?
Paula,
I
you
need
put yourself there. Why don't you just step out of this room, this chamber?
Not good enough to step out. Um,
Hmm.
it almost seems like you have to be like, open the door. You what the fuck that on TikTok, or I'll throw rocks at your window, you whore, something like that. It was like that Dr. Phil fucking sound.
this from like a while ago.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, hey, uh, open the door. or I'll throw rocks at your window, you whore.
Open the door, or I'll throw rocks at your window, you whore, and walk out.
She's like touching the handle. It's like, I mean, I guess if it sounds fun to come out, it does sound fun. What do you see out here? Because she's like peeking through the door.
Yeah, it's like opening really slow.
So
Yeah.
I haven't even made it out yet. I feel
No.
coolness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was real. I mean, it was really hot and dense in there. Can you like look
My hand,
around and be like, huh?
my hand's on my forehead, like I'm feeling for a fever, but I don't know why I'm doing that.
It was really fucking hot in there.
Oh yeah.
You compressed yourself in a chamber. Can you just kind of
Out of the
be like,
chamber.
there's nobody here because nobody wanted you in here in the first place.
Okay. No here. Nobody wanted you in here in the first place.
Can you ask this version of you what made you go in here? Like what was the happening, the situation?
Hey, what was the situation that made you go in here into this chamber?
It sounds like so and so told me I was doing something wrong.
This is hitting too close to home for me. It's hard because like I'm doing it at the same time.
Uh-huh. Is that good or bad? Like you want me to keep going?
No, yeah, keep
Okay.
going. It's just I'm not putting a lot into it because I'm doing the same stuff.
Oh, okay.
So mine was back when when I first started to be more on witch talk and I started to alter the things that I said because I was afraid that the people were going to be embarrassed to be associated with me.
Uh-huh.
And I started shifting what I was, who I was because of shame
Okay.
and like afraid of offending these people.
Whenever they came over for you anyway.
Yeah, they were already watching me. They wanted to hear my crazy stuff. And the person that cleared my name was the same person that labeled me fucking crazy to begin with, but I gave them credit for clearing my name. And then every time they talked about me after that, they spoke embarrassed of me before they said anything good. So like I was constantly trying not to disappoint or shame them. I was trying not to be an embarrassment to them. What happened to you, Paula?
I had to get up and walk around.
But what put you in there to begin with? What put you in this like weird choky thing that boxed you in and made it to where you couldn't exactly be authentic you?
Mm,
And then like you were a victim to your own circumstance. Like you put yourself in a box that wasn't authentically yours for safety and because shame or not wanting to shame or not wanting to hurt others. So you can come out and be happy and fun. That's great. That's good. But like what put you there to begin with? What happened? Was it a job? Was it childhood? Can you pinpoint the incident?
yeah, that's what I'm trying to think back. It was probably a lot of my stuff just goes back to my childhood. But I feel like I'm reaching when I say that. So I don't have a clear understanding of it.
Um, can you tell that version of you that whenever somebody tells you that you did something wrong, their angle is not to upset you.
whenever somebody tells you that you're doing something wrong, the angle is not to upset you,
or shame you or guilt you.
shame you, or guilt you.
It is an awareness. So you
So
can you interpret it as whatever you want. Oh, I didn't actually do that wrong. It's their own shit. Oh, this is how you spell that word? Oh, dang. Thank you for telling me that.
yeah,
Oh, stuff like that.
yeah, and I think that kinda goes back to, um, I get real anxious when people have differing opinions. I would also
Yeah,
get real
it's like
anxious when
last
somebody
class.
told me to screw up, or did something wrong.
Copy and paste what you did last class to this class conducive.
Okay, please copy and paste last Friday's class, the work I did in last Friday's class, to today's class conducive to what's needed.
What would you call that? Like Paula's take it or leave it healing?
Yeah,
Because
I
it
like
was like, oh, I hear what you're saying. And
yeah,
it's like, yes, I still hear you. I understand you. That's awesome. And then you toss it in the trash. Or you're like, this definitely applies to me. I can definitely see. Yes. Uh-huh. All right. And push all that forward and ripple it outwards.
push all of this forward and ripple it outwards.
Can you go to the earliest point that you can activate your Paula's take it or leave it healing?
Bert, please go to the earliest point I can activate my take it or leave it healing.
Joy said, for me, it was a bunch of stuff, and it was like every time someone told me to do stuff differently, I took it personal.
Yeah, I can relate to that. That's where the anxiety comes in. Oh no.
Oh, like, oh no, I did it wrong. It's me.
Yeah.
They hate me.
Actually,
Yes.
I think the majority of time when people tell me to do something differently, I go, "You don't know what you're fucking talking about," and I take it personally. I take it like they're trying to talk down to me.
Yeah.
Is that from Randy?
I don't know.
But
Must
some
be that's what they're
yeah,
seeing.
sometimes people are trying to talk down to you. I mean,
The majority of the time they are, but, like, when I was I don't think I got bothered if anybody corrected me and I actually was like, "Oh, thanks, I needed that." Like, I think I've always had a natural ability to be like, "Oh, okay, thank you," and then the ones that are trying to talk down to me, I'm just like, "Fuck you." But I don't wanna be affected by them either,
yeah.
'cause that's still victim. I'm still letting them have control over my emotions.
Do you have your own version of like take it or leave it?
I'm looking for it. I'm
Okay.
twisting up this paper, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm twisting it and untwisting it.
What unbraid people's opinions of you from you, or what they think you should do?
That's working.
Because I have like that's unfortunate. That's always what I think in my head, which is I guess how it's not affected me. Is like a damn. Anyway, and I'm transmuting something because it feels real good. Speed this up. Reduce it. Is there anything else here, Paula?
I don't
What
think
about
so. I'm feeling pretty good.
okay? What about for you, Kat?
I don't know. It's been so layered for so long
Okay,
that I don't know.
okay.
I know we got a bunch out of it, but I don't know how much more on this specific thing. Like, I spent a lot of time working on boundaries.
Uh-huh.
This is a whole nother layer of stuff
Okay.
that's come up since I've healed boundaries
Uh-huh.
that, like, made my boundaries when I finally gained them really sharp.
Uh-huh.
And then, like, I'm very much an extremist,
Uh-huh.
and I don't want to be that. It's just eventually. So let's go to the collective.
Okay, are you ready to go to the collective victim mentality?
Yep.
All right. Spirit, if it's in my highest good, please take me to the most impactful point that I can heal about the collective's victim mentality.
Well, they all think they're in a prison. They all think they can't escape. They all think that they can't.
World is chaos.
Dead, going to hell. Like so much is healed, and they don't see the healed at like hardly at all. Not everybody, but majority
Like, this is the best the world has been in a long time.
in a long time.
So I'm gonna do my turnover healing to all this. Spirit of Science, please activate you. Let's turnover healing to all this. Where it's kind of like at the other side of this, don't you see? And then Joy says, I am in a computer and I think I am back into the crypto thing. What is crypto? Is crypto linked to victim mentality? Surprises me.
Oh, like it's actually digital.
Digital money. It's not like real. Is that right? Does that feel right?
All of it's digital money, though. Like
Yeah, but a lot of people
even when
think
it was
that the
paper, it
real
wasn't.
money is real. Like a lot of people think that crypto and like the just like for example the dollar are so different, and that you can get you can get rich with crypto but not with the dollar, because they have this like, I don't know how it's connected to this, but I think it's because people often use money as like victim mentality stuff, which
They hoard.
makes sense why it's coming up for me.
They hoard. They're worried about. That's like when you go into victim mentality, you start hoarding stuff. You start freaking out. You start doing not very logical things.
Like investing in shit that you don't understand.
Yeah. But if people would come out of victim mentality, they'd actually probably invest in more stuff. I think it's a basis of understanding. I think all of it is stems from a basis of understanding. Because like if anybody could tell you, like if a 5-year-old comes up to you and says, a snake bit me, you automatically know, like, no, they did not. Like, I don't know what you were playing, were you watching a movie or whatever. It's very like understanding instead of going into freak out mode. Like there's not, how do I say that? There needs to be a level of just like, that's not true. That is true. That's not true. And I know we've implemented that a lot of ways in many of these like guided adventures of like filters, and, like helping people see the truth and clarity and all of that.
Paula, you're healing. Can you do it to the like air here? You know what I mean?
Sure. I did actually do it at the very beginning when we started. Should I do it again? Mm-hmm. I'll do it again.
When things are clear, when they're real, when they're true, they're very easy and they fall into place. Yeah, or they freak out and they spend all their money. But it balances out too. All of that balances out. It just like clarity. Fear makes things chaotic and makes things stuck. It sends everybody into panic mode and nobody can get anything done. Like if we were walking, just our friend group, right? If we were walking and no one had a map out of where we were going, and all four of us thought it was a different direction, and we were just like, well, I don't know. Do we go this way? Do we go that way? I don't know. I don't. Do we go? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. All it takes is for someone to go, well, why don't we get a map out? And then we're calm again. It's like lack of control or like
Well,
the
if you don't
illusion of
have the
lack of
map,
control. Huh?
what if you don't have the map?
Okay. Walk down that line. So we're all walking out. We're going to eat. We're going to use that same analogy. And we don't have a map. What can we do?
Um, ask someone who is passing by.
Yep.
Okay.
What if they're out of town and they don't know?
Just pick one direction, and if it's wrong, come back, go the other direction.
Yeah. Figure out our
Yes.
time. Do we have time to kind of walk around and see? What do we feel like? Let's choose one way. Go down it. That didn't work. But like it's 2024, there's always a map.
Yeah, no, I'm talking because, like, in the analogy, it's like people believe that they don't, right?
Right. Right.
Which is
They
victim
have a
mentality.
sense of things not being in their control. They're the victim.
Mm.
They have a sense they need to know that they are in control. If they don't think that they're in control, they'll always be the victim. The chaos will reign. It will. Spirit science here. There's all different.
Like, for me though, when it comes to like having control, it's like I like to have control, but sometimes I'm really afraid of having control.
Why?
Because it's, well, because then if I mess it up, it's my
You can't
fault.
mess it up.
You haven't this far?
You know what I messed up? I'm not a manager at Olive Garden. I messed that the fuck up. You know what I messed up? I'm not with Casey Ray's dad. Messed that the fuck up. You know what I messed up? I'm not with my ex-husband anymore. Messed that the
Right.
You know what I messed up? I'm not a strict parent who cares about homework. I messed that up.
What do you define as messed up?
Tell me the
Failing
things you messed up,
expectations.
Joy. What'd you say?
Failing expectations. Like if I
Whose?
have like a goal and I don't reach it, or like I go there and it's like, oh, it's not like the way that I wanted it, then to me that's messed up. It's like, oh, I made the
I
wrong
was going
decision at a
to be
certain point.
I was going to be a manager at Olive Garden. 8.5 years there. I was
Mm-hmm.
never going to get divorced. I was
Yeah,
going to concentrate on my children's education and their grades and their manners. I messed all of that up. My expectations of self failed miserably.
right.
What did you mess up, Kate?
I was trying to think. Oh, being a doctor.
She fucked that right up.
I fucked it up. I love when people hate me. It's weird because I do that.
Her non-chosen family's expectation of what kind of daughter or person she should be.
Yes.
She fucked that up.
One who's scared of them. I fucked that up. One who
One
lives
who's
out the legacy.
guilty and shame ridden. She fucked that right up.
Made all the money for the family and then for myself. And stayed put in Louisiana. I fucked that up.
Man, she fucked that right up.
Hell yeah.
What did you fuck up, Paula?
I fucked up a career as a purchasing agent at GE.
Wow.
That's all I can think of right now, but just give me some more time and I'll tell
Yeah,
you later.
I
That was a
have
big one.
I have really high expectations for myself in everything that I do. And I have to, it really butts heads with my highest good stuff that I do. It butts heads with it completely because I don't want it if it's not right for me. But also, what I think it's going to be doesn't end up being what it was. Like, I was just talking to Kate today, and I've talked to her about it before. The roll for healing that I started with Kate's cards, I threw up the night that I came up with that idea and started making the list. I was shaking when I made the list because this was going to be huge. People were going to love this. They were going to like relate to it. It was going to be fun. It was so neat and so cool. Then they were going to have healings. There's healings. What are these healings? They were going to say it out loud. They were going to feel it. It was going to take the cards, Kate's cards off. Our business we're going to do, like we were going to be known on TikTok. I wasn't striving for that. That's just the energy that was coming up through this. And when it didn't happen, I was like, what the fuck? Like even the big D roll for Sundays, I was like, oh, this is gonna hit on people that don't normally play, and it's gonna introduce them to this. And it just kept landing on people that play it all the time. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? I had a lot of expectations for something that it wasn't ever supposed to be, or at least not yet, or not right now. And it almost made it to where I didn't want to do it anymore. And it's still fun. I almost let it ruin it for me. My expectations of things.
Is there anything else we need to do here? Y'all want to go to the next most impactful thing about ourselves and victim mentality?
Sure.
All right. Spirit, if it's in my highest good, please take me to the next most impactful thing that I can heal about myself being in victim mentality.
Mine's about my family. No matter what I do, they just don't get me. Like, who cares? I feel like I'm making my life more difficult by like blocking them out. Like, I don't know. Like, because the stuff they try to put on me, I just let them. Well, I don't have to let them.
That's what I kind of wanted to do. Like 6 months ago, just unblock them. Just be like, I really don't fucking care.
Right.
I don't fucking care. Like, it's not like it's made them stop.
Or self-reflect.
Yeah.
I mean, blocking was just for us to heal our own stuff anyway.
Sure.
And make it to where it didn't affect us anymore. Where did you guys go?
I can't tell at all. Okay, Paula.
Describe what I can't tell at all means. Like, say what you're not getting.
I'm not getting the usual feelings in my body that I typically get.
Okay. So absence of feeling. What
Yeah.
else are you getting?
Huh. Um, when you were talking about family,
Uh-huh.
I was kind of feeling the same way, and now I can't remember exactly what you said, but I was like, yeah, yeah, I feel like that with my family too.
Like, who fucking cares if they get it or not?
Yeah.
I was watching an old video where you were asking about that, and I was responding to it. I think yesterday. You were like, my family thinks, like, how do I get my family to not think, or how do I get myself to not care if my family thinks it's placebo effect or whatever?
Yeah.
Where did you go, Kate?
I'm at the mudslide with Paula. She was like right next to me. I was like, oh, hey, Paula.
Did you say you're on a mudslide?
Yeah, and I'm just kind of chilling. I'm just waiting for this mudslide to pass. Um, Strips that's good. Please go back to before this happens and activate prevention and protection work necessary to all this. Yeah. Speed that up. Why are we at the bottom of this mountain anyway? Are we hiking?
Well, it feels like slightly metaphorical. It didn't feel quite like a past life or an actual place. Could be, but it feels like you're looking up at the shit that's about to dump on you guys, and you know that it's going to, and you're just like, yep.
Yeah.
And it's like, why am I standing at the bottom of the mountain? Because I guess that's the whole blocking thing. It's like, why am I standing here waiting for them to dump their shit on me? Like, yeah, I don't care, but that doesn't mean they need to dump their shit on you. Like, I guess it's just kind of a perspective.
Hmm.
Because it's still victim. It's like, yeah, I'm in control and I don't care. I know they're going to dump their shit on me. And it's like, we're just standing there waiting for them to do it. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, because it's like, yeah, what else am I supposed to do? And it's like dump their shit back on them.
Oh, I was going to say just like move and let them, like, their shit can dump and it just doesn't land.
Oh, all right.
Like the way.
Yeah, like, hey, Paul, let's go to that mountain that doesn't have a bunch of shit on it. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Miss me with that shit. Miss
And then you watch it fall in the
Yep.
distance.
Like,
Yeah.
all
And
right.
it's like, oh, they're still on their bullshit.
Eh, this is fun. We're just like having a great time.
Where'd you go, Joy?
I think I am in a office building at a desk.
Yeah. It was, I think, this version of me that was having, oh, I built this entire building and I've done all of this, and they still don't get me, they still don't love me, related to like friends and family. So I'm trying to see how to heal this. Trying to give that version of me perspective, I think.
Well, look at all the people that do see you and love you.
Like I can see it in this version of me as joy, but that version of me doesn't see it.
Cool. Make that version of you see all the people that are like, oh, wow, Mr. Humpeldink, you created this whole place. You're amazing. Can I write a story on you?
Okay.
Can you merge in with Chuck Bass from Gossip Girl, please?
Spirit, please merge me with the person that Cass said.
Chuck Bass. I'm Chuck Bass. Yep, you're going in. Cool. I didn't know who he was.
It's joy.
Is still like this idea of like, yeah, but it's not the people that I wanted.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, he deals with that the whole show. He just wants his dad's opinion and love or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he never fucking gets it. I'm just letting you know. Because his parent is a what, psychopath? A sociopath? What's the one that like is not capable of love?
Both. Antisocial
So
personality disorder. It's both.
okay.
It's not it literally has nothing to do with you or your accomplishments. You're doing great. And when you worry about them, that's when your accomplishments are stifled. Like opportunities come to you and you like fuck them up because you don't want like unless that person would approve, and that person is never going to approve. They are a sociopath. They don't have the capacity. It's just they just never will. not in this form, not in this body. Because they don't have the capacity to click into healing either. It's not gonna happen. And it's sad. So you can mourn it.
Okay. Will you please copy and paste that perception to this version of me, the perspective to this version of me. In the
Like,
video
you
section.
have the capability of building a fucking empire, of being, like, untouchable. But if you continue to allow yourself to live in that shadow, just a spoiler alert, that show's been out for a while. In one of the seasons, his dad, who, like, has told him his mom died at childbirth, which was a lie, um, told him he was, like, never gonna be anything but a party boy or whatever. He'd have to use daddy's money, whatever. And then the dad ends up dying, and he has to, in the will, prove himself to take over the company. And then he starts, like, he's thriving, he's doing really great. He's finally doing, like, so good, making all these decisions, like, finally, after a couple seasons, just, like, finally doing great. Turns out his dad was not dead. Comes back and says, "I'll take the company back, son." And just, like, he cripples away. He turns to alcohol every time. He turns to, like, sex. He turns to whatever will, like, he just demolish. He keeps himself away from love, from happiness, from success, anytime his father, like, puts him down and says he's not good enough. It's like his dad's words, the only thing that matters, because he can never get it. Can never get the approval.
Which is why so many people change when their parents die. It's almost like a finally. It's what happened with mine's mother. It's like she finally died and she became a whole other person. So
Exchange new information with Chuck Bass and calibrate and disconnect and anchor back into your correct dimensional forms too, please. I don't want you stuck in that dimension.
Yeah, exchange information with this version of me and calibrate me, disconnect us, and anchor us back each into our correct dimensional forms.
I think I might be Vanessa in that show, and I hate that character.
uh
But she literally changes who she is to, like, fit in and combat all that stuff. Gross. Merging right in. Ugh, I don't like her.
perfect.
I hate it when that happens. Okay.
All right. Anything else?
That was a lot.
You do the okay. Spirit, if it's in my highest good, please activate the close-ups / sign-offs to all of this. The calibration healings to all of this. The alignment healings to all of this. The merging healings to all this. The timeline healings to all of this. The timeline sew-up healings to all of this. Please close the book on all dead timelines and dead versions of me. Please activate the ripple healings to all this. Please activate the brain aneurysm healings to all of this. The sensory overload healings to all of this. The blowout healings to all of this. And the burnout healings to all of this. And speed all this up. Please copy and paste all of this to all forms and versions of me that need it throughout time, space, spaces in between, all dimensions and forms, up, down, left, right, side to side, front to back, conducive to what they each need, to the residual, to the thing down, flip and reverse it, and all four quadrants. Please, no, we aren't. Please safety wire all of this down, conducive. Speed all this up. Please undo anything and everything that we have done here that was not done in the highest good, or that was not supposed to be done. All right, two.
Thanks, Kate.
Thanks, Kat.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, you guys.
Yeah.
Love you.
Don't forget to disconnect.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.